Let's dive into a story that sits right at the intersection of celebrity, romance, and a shocking turn of events. We're talking a world-famous supermodel, a decorated cowboy, and a relationship that didn't just end with a breakup, but with a police mugshot. It was one of those relationships that really captured the public's imagination. It felt like a total opposites attract situation, pairing a global supermodel with a champion cowboy, kind of like something out of a movie. But then, after 2 years, what looked like a really solid romance came to a very sudden and very unexpected end. And just a few days later, the story took a sharp, and I mean sharp, turn. This picture surfaced, and suddenly, this wasn't just a breakup story anymore. Okay, so what exactly went down? Let's get into what we actually know about the arrest of Adan Banuelos. The whole incident took place early on a Saturday morning near Fort Worth, Texas. That's where sheriff's deputies in Parker County came across him. So the booking records from the Parker County Sheriff's Office lay out the essential facts. He was charged with public intoxication, but he was released the very same day. And get this, his bond was only $386. That kind of tells you that, in the eyes of the law, this was pretty minor stuff, even if it was huge news for the rest of us. And you gotta remember, we're talking about a 36-year-old man here. So this wasn't just some case of a kid's wild night out getting out of hand, which just makes the whole thing a little more puzzling. So who is the man at the center of the story, really? I mean, he's more than just Bella Hadid's ex-boyfriend. Yeah, he's a highly respected figure in the equestrian world. We're talking about a professional cowboy with a serious family legacy. His dad is a Hall of Famer, and Adan himself is the youngest Mexican cowboy ever inducted into the National Cutting Horse Association Hall of Fame. The guy is a big deal in his field. Now, what's really interesting is the stark contrast, right? On one side, you have this decorated, Hall of Fame cowboy from a respected family. And on the other, you've got this charge for public intoxication. It's a real head-scratcher. Okay, so let's get back to the backstory and see how this all connects to one of the world's most famous models. Their relationship lasted 2 years, and it was marked by a lot of public appearances and what really seemed like a deep connection. They seemed genuinely happy together. And this quote from Bella from just last year, it really illustrates how serious their relationship was. She said he was working to build a home and a family. You don't say that about someone you're just casually dating. So the timing of the breakup and the arrest, well, that's a crucial part of this whole story. The events happened in incredibly close succession. I mean, the split gets reported, and then almost immediately after he gets arrested. You can see why that got everyone talking. Meanwhile, what about Bella? Well, sources close to her say she's leaning on her support system, spending time with friends, and just trying to process everything. It was a very serious relationship, and that's not something you just get over in a day.
But as with so many of these breaking stories, there are still key details that are totally unclear.
The primary question on everyone's mind is what actually led to the arrest itself. Public intoxication is a pretty broad charge, so what really happened? And here's the thing. The official sources have been completely silent. The Parker County Sheriff's Office hasn't commented, and that silence has just left the public to fill in the blanks and speculate. So that leaves us with this final, lingering thought. Was this just a moment of heartbreak, a guy acting out after a really tough breakup, or is it a sign of something more? For now, we just don't know.